The following is a special presentation of Molestar Communications. Welcome, and welcome to a celebration of excellence. The story of the Toronto Maple Leafs, 1992-93. For almost a quarter of a century, hard-suffering Maple Leaf fans had dreamt about a season just like this one. Their patience and loyalty were paid back by a group of men who called this dressing room their home from September right through to the end of May. It was an unbelievable ride, a ride of great accomplishment and great performances. Over the next hour or so, we're going to treat you to some of the memories of this great season. The Leafs, 1992-93. Excellence, it certainly was.
The biggest positive factor that came out of this whole season is that we've developed as a team. Pat Burns has done an excellent job, and the players became believers. And the players like winning a lot more than they like the other side of it.
Creating an atmosphere for success. It's a Cliff Fletcher trademark. The Maple Leaf president shoulders the responsibility of this massive hockey reconstruction. With Fletcher, Toronto got what it needed most. A firm, stable hand at the top, providing unparalleled stewardship. His hockey savvy has put the Leafs at the very forefront of pro hockey. Montreal-born, Fletcher learned the ropes there and in St. Louis with the Blues in the late 60s. His impression was such that when the Flames needed a young mind to run things in Atlanta, they turned to Fletcher. After almost 2 decades as a contender, Fletcher's dream of a Stanley Cup came to fruition in 1989 as his Flames of Calgary won the ultimate prize. In June 1991, then-President Donald Giffen woos him to Toronto. Fletcher is exactly the tonic the Leafs needed to set a course for prosperity.
In order to get the type of job done that has to be done so that all Torontonians and hockey fans and shareholders can be proud, then the person at the top has to have the flexibility to formulate policy and make the decisions necessary that have to be made.
The first thing that he did, and it was so lacking around this building and this hockey team, was he brought a measure of respect, credibility, and class back to this organization.
Cliff has produced an environment that's conducive to winning. It allows a player to concentrate on what he has to do to be a better player and not have to worry about whether it's going to be screwed up at the upper level.
Put into motion by Fletcher and Gardens chairman Steve Stavro, the master plan included items like the welcome mat being rolled out for former Leaf stars like Ted Kennedy. The organization also decided it was time to honor many of those who wore the blue and white with distinction. Ceremonies respecting the contributions of greats Ace Bailey and Bill Barocco brought respect back to the sweater.
You never see one of our jerseys on the ground. Our jerseys are either hung up or on someone's back. And we carry that feeling on the ice. If any one of our players ever got knocked down, they'd be right back up and working twice as hard.
On the ice in year one, Fletcher made bold moves acquiring future Hall of Famers Grant Fuhr and Doug Gilmour within 4 months. Year two, the agenda includes securing Pat Burns as head coach, sniper Dave Andreychuk to complement Gilmour, and the promotion of rookie goaltender Felix Potvin. All moves with a distinct purpose in mind.
it's something where he's earned respect through experience over a lot of years of being a general manager of a hockey team. And anytime a person like Cliff Fletcher can come in and take over a hockey club, you're going to have instant respect because of his past track record.
I don't think anyone's made that impact in the Toronto sports scene ever that Cliff Fletcher's made with the Toronto Maple Leafs in 2 years, considering what he was up against.
May 29th, 1992, and Cliff Fletcher and the Toronto Maple Leafs shocked the hockey world. They named Pat Burns as the 22nd coach in Maple Leaf history. The former bench boss of the Montreal Canadiens brings a no-nonsense approach to the game to this dressing room. He demands a better work ethic of everyone involved. And he brings with him a slogan that this team would live by game in and game out. Don't just play, compete.
He brought instant credibility to our team when he arrived in the scene here in Toronto.
Hockey is almost like a play. They're the actors and I'm just the director.
Join me for a ride, speed up the music. Join me for a ride, maximum overdrive. Join me for a ride, speed up the music. Join me for a ride, maximum overdrive.
I don't think you can underestimate the job that Pat Burns did with this hockey team when you consider that most people didn't think that they were even a playoff team at the beginning of the year.
If you're not prepared to work in practice or in a game, you're not going to play.
One of Pat's coaching traits is when he's really mad to smile on the bench.
January 2nd, 1992. That's a date that should be chiseled into the cornerstone of this franchise. It's the day that Cliff Fletcher stole Doug Gilmour from the Calgary Flames. In his first full year in a Maple Leaf uniform, Gilmour would set new club records for points and assists. And in one game, he would tie a club record with 6 assists. But more than that, Doug Gilmour provided the leadership that would turn this franchise around.
Dougie Gilmour is the best hockey player in the world today.
Y'all ready for this?
Mr. Hockey here in Toronto.
The best player I've ever played with.
When your best offensive player is your best defensive player, you have what it takes to start winning.
He gets himself into trouble once in a while on the ice.
I never knew Toronto was this good. All I can say is thank you, Cliff, and thanks to fans of Toronto, because it's been a great year and a half for me with my new team.
Gilmour with a break. Gilmour cutting right in a goal. Backhand scores!
Jogger, what a great save by Patrick.
Rebound in front. Anderson rolls to the net. Anderson scores!
Marty McSorley.
Oh, he was hit by Gilmour. What a hit by
Andrew Chuck over the Winnipeg line.
Lefebvre gets an uppercut. Down goes Brown. Down goes Brown. And Lefebvre leaves him there. TKO.
1992-93 certainly was a knockout for the blue and white. And here's the evidence. 99 points, a team record. It broke the standard set by Joe Primo's 1950-51 outfit. The 44 wins surpassed by 3 the previous club best. The Leafs made Maple Leaf Gardens an uncomfortable spot for visitors, something different from past seasons. 25 wins established a new club high, And finally, defense. 241 goals allowed, second best in the league.